Welcome back on this President's Day. Meanwhile, new proof of President Trump's surging economy. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, over 6 million individuals and 2.5 million households are off food stamps since President Trump's first full month in office. Here with reaction is political consultant Marc Little. He joins us from the city of Angels, Los Angeles. Marc, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, my friend.
It's good to have you, Marc. So what do you make of the fact that 6 million no longer on the food stamp rolls? Does it have to do with the fact that they now have jobs, or does it have to do with, it looks as if they were using data mining to try to figure out who was gaming the system with fraud? What's going on?
All you have to do is look to the State of the Union address. And the president said that the unemployment rates for African Americans, Asians, Hispanics is at an all-time low. And like sunlight to Dracula, Representative Rashida Tlaib ran out of the House chamber away from the facts that America is doing better. It's an unbelievable time in our country. Trumponomics is working. Look, we've spent $22 trillion over 50 years from the Great Society trying to get what we're getting today. And that's Americans are back to work, families are blessed and better, and because of that, our communities are better, Steve.
Right. You know, Marc, part of it probably is the fact that during the Obama administration, work requirements were instituted by the Obama administration, but it wasn't until Donald Trump came along that they actually instituted it. And so now, those people between 18 and 49 without children or dependents who get food stamps for more than 3 months must go to school, receive job training, or volunteer to get food stamps. So in other words, if you want that, you're going to have to work for it. Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, it's absolutely a good idea. There's an old book called the Bible that says a man shall not eat if he doesn't work. And let's remember that under Bill Clinton, we had welfare to work. Obama suspended it. And now we've got people who are working again, and it's a social contract. You should work in exchange for that benefit. Absolutely. And I'm glad for those families.
All right. Marc, let's also talk about Michael Bloomberg. He is surging. He's also, he's spending a boatload of dough on TV commercials all across the country. Here's part of his labor plan. He would like to see a $15 minimum wage, 12 weeks family paid leave, 7 days of paid sick leave, and prohibit right-to-work laws. When you look at the states, 6 states and the District of Columbia have already passed minimum wage bills. What's happened in those states, which could be a precursor to what could happen across the country?
Well, absolutely, Steve. First, let me say that 61% of U.S. economists polled oppose the minimum wage increase. Mr. Stop and Frisk's Bloomberg's policies are bad for black people, and they're bad for women. His nanny state mentality is bad for freedom and growth in America. In Los Angeles, in Seattle, and in San Francisco, they've tried this hike, and respectively 3%, 2%, and 1% employment has decreased. The reality is that the $15 minimum wage increase does not work. It puts small businesses out of business in many cases because they support businesses like Amazon, who automate these entry-level jobs and absolutely run small businesses out of the sectors. And let me also say that it's the marginalized who are fired first. When businesses have these increase in expenses, they have to respond to that. And oftentimes they cut into personnel, and the marginalized, women, low-skilled, and blacks are the first to go. This policy is anti-woman, and it's anti-black people, unfortunately.
All right, Marc Little joining us today from Los Angeles. Marc, thank you very much for joining us on this President's Day.
Good to be with you.